I just want to say one quick thing. I know we're running, but I just want to say I'm actually trying to build right now a caster that's not squishy.
Yeah,
Um yes, I'm building my main Namdrin.
Oh,
nice.
So
before I forget, Ryan, it was because of the horse that I ended up saving the day. So,
Thank you.
Heather,
And by the way, if you put cream on that 3 times a week, you'll be fine.
what's going to mess us up as we watch this recording again? Go, what were we talking about?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I've rewatched like 7 episodes today.
Go to bed.
No idea. Doesn't matter. Half the
Heather?
time, like we missed
but
episodes.
I want to
and
know. Sorry, just kidding.
Half the time we missed episodes, I would end up going one and then skip one, the next one, and be like, I still have no idea.
I suggest a race that has natural armor. Dragonkin or
Oh,
there's got to be some others out there that have natural armor. So you already start off with it, and then you have casting mage armor. Not everybody remembers to keep that spell in their book at all times. And there are other things out there that can give you like deflection and other ways to protect yourself, because a wizard getting into melee with anything, shit's gone wrong.
So there's an entire school that is just battle magic in 5th edition, and you can take a feat called Warcaster that makes it so you can cast even with heavy armor. With those things combined, you essentially can walk into combat dressed like a paladin and casting magic missile and not taking minuses.
if you're gonna go with heavy armor, I love plate mail. Plate mail is amazing.
If you're going to go with heavy armor, go something really good. Not plate mail, because heat metal is a thing.
I love
Dragon scale.
plate. Oh,
Mithril's good. Mithril can dance really well.
Sorry.
No, I mean,
Is adamantite in fifth
Yeah,
fifth edition?
it is. But they don't call it adamantite because it's not an ore anymore. It's adamantine. It's something that's it's manufactured. But yeah, it exists. Also, there is ebon steel and dark steel and I don't know, a couple other ones that they brought over from 3rd edition, 4th edition, and Pathfinder.
Sorcerer is going to be more innate magic. Wizards are going to know everything. So it basically just, I mean, my suggestion is kind of decide what kind of character you want to play first and then go from there.
Okay.
Like, there's certain flavors of casters. Like some like to choose only ice and only fire.
You can min-max however you want, but I honestly personally think don't do it with the race. Yes, there's all sorts of bonuses by doing that, but don't do it based on the race. Create a person and then make that person a badass. Don't go and be like, well, this is the perfect alignment of things that I can put to. Yes, that's the definition of min-maxing a character. But you'll have less fun because you're not building a character then, you're building a weapon.
Let's be serious here, though. The first time she rolls is going to be a badass.
Yeah, like I said, episode 2, season 1? Yeah.
episode 7.
Episode 7, there we are.
Took a little longer.
Not only that, but it came up 3 times in the episode before William said, we really need to start calling it that. That's what it's going to be from here on.
I'm actually going to make my kids sit down and watch that with me this summer. That's going to be a Saturday.
Yeah, great. We are missing a ton of recordings from the first and only one from the second so far. So if you can fill in the gaps in the storyline, have fun. Like, I'm down for it. That's why I'm doing these, is because that way we can look back at them anytime we need to, want to experience whatever. I'm having a blast doing this.
Absolutely.
But let's go ahead and get back to it. Anybody else?
Did everybody do the quiz, and are we getting anything for doing said quiz?
Let me take a look at the quiz.
I apologize.
I
I'm gonna
failed.
grab a
I don't
drink,
get the
but
quiz
I got
because
3
I'm not a GoDaddy employee and I don't get to be in Slack.
Look at that face.
He gets bonus
That's
points
so
for
So,
headset.
here's
Oh.
here's the thing though. Brooke, you actually did get the quiz. No, unmute yourself. Okay, it's really going to be funny because that's why I want to unmute yourself. So
Where?
the day that I put this in Slack for all of you and let you know there was a new quiz up, when I came home that day, Brooke and I were talking, and I started talking about creating this quiz and how the day that I put it up, Ryan already answered it. And she said, "Oh yeah," and I said, "Yeah, maybe I'll give it to you and then see if you know the question." And so I just told her the questions in bed, and she got all of them correctly.
I forgot about
How long has it been since Reef has seen Archmage Ivor?
but I don't remember now, but
I do.
It's 100 years. How many stories are there between the ground and the entrance into Ivor Tower? 10. That's right. And what is the name of Muldair's cat?
Cat?
Cat.
Vast. No.
No, that would be Black Panther.
Well, that's what I heard because my ears are
Oh yeah.
dumb.
So
And then you corrected me, but I
Faust.
can't remember.
Faust.
Faust.
Uh,
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, but not bad. Ryan got all of them. So yeah, you know what? I think that that's fair. Ryan, you got every question on there, so I'm going to give you an inspiration point. Everybody else gets an inspiration point for the night. Ryan, yours can stay if you don't want to use it tonight.
brother.
My headset was off. How many questions did I get right?
You didn't take the quiz. Oh no, yes you did. You got none of them right. Congratulations.
Womp womp.
Yes.
I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
It was
Like,
a week. This
it's-
week was
no.
a bear.
seriously, I don't ever put it up because it's a requirement. I put it up because
Oh, yeah.
sometimes it's fun. And of course I love to reward people if they can keep up with things. Like, but there's no harm in not doing it. The only I never once got on to Kelly for not doing it. It's everybody else that started poking her.
I always get it wrong. I swear I pay attention, and the quiz proves I don't.
I
Kelly,
mean,
Apparently, you're not alone.
Kelly, I will tell you the secret to acing the quiz on Monday.
Sounds good.
okay,
Well, I can't have it on the recording.
there you go. All right, well, let's go ahead and dive back in. So where we left off, Ryan, you had just finished speaking with the artificer Fickle, who was going to help you with your belt buckle. Fickle. And William, you had scheduled a private lesson with Professor Hoover, which has seemed to be rather enlightening. You've learned some things that you didn't know when you entered that room. And Heather, Kelly, Brooke, the three of you found yourself in what looks to be the most dilapidated, forgotten hallway in this entire building. There's not even lights that light the hallway. It's filled with cobwebs and the remainder of things like broken furniture. This doesn't look like the hallway that goes to like a mage's quarters. It looks like where you would throw things to forget about them. But the person inside looks to be more than a little tuned in to things. And you have set a fire in them today. There's something about being a divination wizard and not knowing what's going on that is terrifying. And you get
Get
that
aggro.
sort of air. What? Oh, yeah. So where I would like to pick up is back in the room with Muldair. So you have just received the sending stones from him, and been told that you need to leave as soon as you can because it's not safe. Is there anything else that you want to do? Any questions you have to ask or anything before you leave this room?
The what stones?
Sending stones.
Sending.
Can you remind me what that means? What a,
They're a magic item
uh-huh.
that when you hold it and speak into it, it will carry your voice to the other stones.
Oh, like in the movie.
Yes, like in the movie, those were sending stones.
Yay.
Spoiler.
This is why it's so fun. But remember, in this particular case, there are 3 of them, which is kind of a rarity. It's usually 2 that are paired. Muldair has 1, gave the other 2 to the 2 of you, or the 3 of you. Yes, was there anything else that you wanted to do before you left this room?
Well, I would like to happily skip up to Faust and just pat him on the head and thank him for his time.
Okay. Passive perception for Kelly and Brooke. Let's see what your passive is. 11.
I need a pen. Can you bring me a
and
pen, please?
14.
A pen.
Mine is 12. No, sorry, mine is
Yours
11.
is 11. I can see it on my sheet.
Oh, super.
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, actually, both of you should make it with your passive. You see that when she touches the cat, that Muldair sort of shivers.
Oh dear. What have I done?
Faust hops down off of the table and walks over to the door and sits down, and the door opens beside him. Do be careful.
Now we leave?
I've given you the opportunity 3 times now to do another thing in this room, and nobody's really done anything except touch a cat. So I assumed that, yeah, you were ready to leave.
Oh, yeah,
let's go.
okay.
Correct me if
No,
otherwise.
William, are we not supposed to leave?
Great. As you exit the room, Heather, let's see.
William and Ryan are losing their minds. What's happening?
What have we done?
Oh, awesome. Okay, so
Heather, I'm so glad that you pinch hitted right there. You took over my batting for me. I appreciate that. Never leave the room without touching the pussy.
well, good night,
Okay.
everybody.
And we're done.
Oh, whoa.
It's thunderstorming here in Texas, so we might lose power.
Are you still in?
You're frozen, Miles.
Are you still in over there?
I'm frozen too. Yeah.
I can't hear anybody.
Oh, there you are. Ooh.
I look cool in the dark.
Can y'all hear us?
Can y'all hear us?
I can hear you, Brooke.
Oh, hey, hey.
Okay,
So it's thunderstorming here, and we might lose power. We've had a couple of flickers.
No.
Denied. It's D&D night.
Yeah,
That
no
was
kidding.
unfair.
I know.
Another night.
How dare?
Unfair.
Right?
That's
Any-
my
no
opinion.
power.
You can't really have a D&D game without at least one story. You can't tell anybody else.
but there's video.
Well, this is the one we don't post, I guess.
It was after 30 seconds in, so you're good.
Right. We did not show them our tattoos yet.
I mean, Miles has
Tattoos?
that one.
Ka-chow.
Badass.
Oh, it's got the same. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. How come I'm backwards and you're not? Oh, it looks the same on your screen.
Maybe it's
Cool.
because mine is not reversed. I don't know.
That's fine.
Badass, guys.
Anyway, yeah, I needed some ink therapy. Anyway, my point before we got disconnected, Heather, I need you to roll a perception check for me.
Oh, sorry. Perception. Let's go. No. I apologize.
In
Don't
my
be-
defense, I'm trying not to metagame because, you know,
You know. Oh, for Pete's sake. There they are. Okay, got it.
I don't know who Pete is.
Uh-oh.
Hey, 15. So here's the thing. There's a reason why I needed you to roll that. Your passive perception is a 14. The DC for this was a 15.
Hmm.
So as you enter into this dark hallway that sort of it's not wide enough for you to stand two people side by side, more like 1.5. And there's spider webs and fallen furniture and things like that. Heather, what you see as you're entering into this dark hall is that there's one long sort of, it looks almost like a crack in the floor that appears to be glowing. It's very faint. It's almost like moonlight in the dark.
Okay.
And it's probably about as wide as a piece of paper. Like just hair thin. And you see that it leads from just about where you're standing all the way to the end of the corridor and up against a fallen painting with a big shroud over the top.
Hmm. So how close are my buddies?
That's up to them.
I'm following right behind. What are
I
we're
assume.
look-
Okay. I wanna just sort of whisper what I see to them. So they're aware of it and can see it too. And then I want to just start sort of inching down the hallway.
Okay. Anybody doing anything? You just gonna let Heather keep going? Just making sure before we move
Can you
further.
say again what she saw?
So painting with a shroud on it, right? Like, don't we want to rip the shroud off?
But the thing that was more out of place is not the artwork that was covered, because this place is filled with stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
It's this crack in the floor that's just so thin. It's like hair thin, that's glowing this sort of luminescent color, almost like moonlight.
And she can see that, but we can't see it, but she told us that she can see it.
She made the perception check to detect it and then pointed it out to you.
Got it. I feel like we should not go where that glowing crack is. I feel
Okay.
like we should go away from it.
It's
We
usually
do
in the
an
inner city.
investigation on it.
That's a great idea. So
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get a little closer just to peep it a little
Mhm.
better. At first I was going to touch it, but when you said it, it went up to that painting. I was like, nope.
I have a
It's
+2
a fused.
investigation.
I have +2.
I got a +2.
So
And you
should we
said-
all roll? Or just
So here's the thing. I said that this place was not wide enough for you to stand side by side. So Heather is in front right now. Who is behind Heather?
me?
Okay. Then Kelly, you can also roll, but you're going to roll with a disadvantage because you're too far back to be able to see what they can see. Okay.
And this is investigation.
I rolled an 11.
Ooh,
The 5 from Tonks.
I'm suddenly blind.
My internet is shoddy and I pressed the button, but who knows if it will go.
Me too.
I see dots. So it is doing something.
Ah, it's trying. I don't know if I rolled a disadvantage because it really doesn't want to.
It's a 4.
Oh, that did nothing.
You didn't roll a disadvantage though, but I don't think that you can get anything lower than a 4 without really trying.
Right.
Okay. So, River, you're the only one that can actually make a decent investigation check on this. You're looking at this, and you can see that from the air that's moving about inside this area, as you're sort of getting close, maybe poking at it with your knife, that this isn't a crack in the floor. It's just sort of laying on top of dust that's all over the floor. It's sort of just swaying around in the air that's blowing back and forth in the hallway.
Like a string.
Like a string.
Okay, so the cat in me wants to like follow it and figure out what's going on. I'm muted.
Damn it.
It was really funny for me to watch though.
I could hear
Okay.
you.
Y'all can probably hear me on Miles's microphone, but if I feel like it's weird if I don't mute myself. Anyway.
Go along with yourself, Kitty.
One of I said the cat in me wants to like paw at it and figure out what it is.
Well, is that something you would do?
Actually, I'm about to say something here, Brooke. I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh gods. This is gonna be bad. A saving throw, wisdom. Do I just click on it?
Yes.
That. Oh hell.
Oh, that's actually decent. Okay,
Yay.
so now it's up to you. You do not feel any compulsion to play with the string. Now, if you want to, it's just a choice. It's not your body going, I'm a cat and I need to do this. You're muted still.
Can I like detect magic? Detect danger? Is this a bad plan? Are my cat instincts leading me wrong here?
If you want to have an answer to that, you can actually roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
You do that by just clicking wisdom over at the top.
You're muted now.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to mute myself for you.
Okay, wisdom.
Yes, click wisdom at the top of your sheet.
Oh, it's at the top. Okay. Oh, goodness.
That is so confusing going back and forth, by the way, going between Pathfinder and this. I had to like switch.
That's a dead even 10. You can't make
Yeah.
heads or tails as to whether or not this is a good decision or not. Your gut,
Pass the torch.
Your gut tells you go with your gut.
Torch.
I don't know. Hey, friends, what do you think I should do?
I
I
have a
think he's
question.
trying to slowly save you with the whole, hey, do a wisdom check. So I'd say don't touch it.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to touch it.
Well, it's
Picking up
either
what you're
that or
laying
it's the fact
down.
that she's got wisdom as a disadvantage already. And so anything that is kind of a compulsionary thing or to overcome the ability to see through somebody's tricks, those kind of things are all wisdom based. So if your wisdom's low and you go, I wonder if I should do that, and be like, roll for it.
I feel like we should jam out and find the dudes
Okay.
and let them know about our meeting with Mulder.
That's a great idea.
Octavius Mulder.
Whoa.
You guys getting thunder?
Yeah, thunder, lightning, the whole
I'm
nine.
I'm so jealous. Doesn't happen here that often.
I'll send some your way.
The kids and the dogs are
Yes.
freaking out though.
Oh,
Poor
I
pups.
bet.
Just one kid.
As you start walking down the hallway, you see that that little crack in the floor is sticking to your feet now and pulling up behind you until it pulls the shroud off of that painting at the end of the hallway. Inside it, you see that there's this painting. Looks like the front of an inn, a big wooden door with two crossed pitchforks over the top. Heather, Kelly, I want both of you to make an insight check. Oh, roll to Heather. Yeah, awesome. So Kelly, nothing pops to you. It's just a painting. Tonks, though, you look at it and you have this moment of recollection, and it looks identical to the opening of the tavern that you went into when you first got to Roost.
Well, that's fucking weird. That's just what I would say. I honestly think that we shouldn't mess with that until we're together. So well, is so that oh, is the string stuck to us?
It's stuck to your shoes, Heather. If
So
if you shake your foot, you'll see that it's attached all the way up onto the painting across the door.
I have a question for you. Do I
I'm
have
here.
Lyrica yet?
You have your current weapon and
Okay.
your current items.
Okay. May I would like to strum on my lyre.
Okay. As you do, you see the door to the inn open. And you can hear the ruckus of the inside of an inn, and the sound of clanking glasses and the smell of, is that fish? It's like you're there. It's like you're right back there.
Only higher level.
Think of the mayhem. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Smells like fish. You need to do.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have
No.
said
It's been a night. It's been a night.
that. Okay.
Yeah, and I thought
I
episode 3 was bad.
Not sorry.
I very much have a feeling like I do not want to play with this door without my crew. I would like to ask my friends what they think. Torch, River.
So
I'm gonna explain to them what I know. Well, Torch knows, but
Here,
River probably doesn't.
I'm actually going to let the three of you discuss that off camera effectively, and I'm going to hop back over to the rest of them. So at this point, you can message each other back and forth in Zoom chat while I work on the things with the other guys. That way you can bring both of them up to speed with what you want to tell them, okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Miles, you're the host of this. Don't you have breakout rooms?
Well, let me see.
Ooh, that would be so cool.
It'd be down at the bottom.
Because I don't see. Is there a way to? Oh no. Okay.
There we go.
Kelly, you're gonna click on it? Is Kelly frozen? That's really cool. This is like true D&D stuff because now we don't know what they're saying to each other.
Right.
Okay, so before I went to the ground floor to get on to go talk to whoever and whoever and whoever, I knew what floor William was getting off on. Shouldn't I be back to, I would think, whatever kind of elevator, whatever, to
So
by this point?
that's what I was going to get to, is that I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
So as Lord Dadu walks back out from the artificer's wing and back through the main library on the first floor, you see Emil is sitting in a lush, like plush velvet chair, feet cocked up on top of each other, arms folded over the front of his chest, eyes going back and forth, trying very hard not to look at any of the wizards as you walk up. Are we ready to go yet? It is very not okay in here for me. I am unhappy being in this place.
All right. As soon as we can get the rest of the party, I'm game with us leaving. We just gotta find everyone else. Last I checked, William went to insert wherever William went here. So why don't we? That's first place I know to look. So why don't we go grab him, and then we'll find the rest of the group, and yeah, we'll get out of here.
Yes, I believe he went to the second floor.
Cool. Real quick and everything, and I pull out the paper with the sketch of the battery on it and everything. You know where I can obtain one of these?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. We can go to the night market.
Oh, perfect. We're gonna be going there anyway, so yeah. I need to grab one of these as well.
I am trying so hard, Ryan. I rewatched all the episodes to try and get his accent back, and it is so fucking hard.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what the hell I was channeling that day. Anyway,
So,
he directs you to the second floor because he saw where both of you went. He essentially refused. He was like, "Nope, I'm gonna sit here. If I stay with the cart, nothing bad can happen."
he's not wrong. All right, so he's not gonna come with me to go get William?
No, he will come with you. It's just he's been waiting. He didn't want to like go anywhere that could be away from you and also dangerous to him.
Okay, yeah, so that's fine. He can come with me, and we're gonna go find William.
Okay. The first floor is illusions. You pass through that pretty quickly, but there's some really weird stuff, like, dragons that aren't dragons and doors that are windows and things like that. As you round the steps to the second floor, this is the enchantment floor. And oddly, compared to the other places in this school so far, there's like nobody here. It's almost completely empty on this hallway. The first door that you see is marked Enchantment 1101. And the door is open. The room is empty. And you have this moment where, looking back and forth, I want you to make an insight check.
How's that?
That's badass, actually. So yeah, with a 20, it's not going to take you a lot to be able to determine that as a paladin, Emir knows about as much about wizards as he does about carpentry. And so he likely is going to go to the first open room that might be able to give him what he wants.
Great. So we're gonna go ahead and walk through there. Seeing nobody, we're gonna continue going through to look for wherever he might have gone from there.
Okay, so as you walk in through the door into this like sort of conference hall, there are two rooms in this room, or two doors in this room. One that's over on the left wall, that's marked library, or that's marked storage, and one on the back wall that's marked library. The door to storage is closed. The door to the library is open. And standing there in the doorway, not facing out of it, but facing somewhere into the room, is William. Emir is looking up and looks very unhappy. And this is about the moment that Emir, you are wearing the mask.
Yeah.
The Mask of a Thousand Faces. That allows you to see through illusions and things like that. And as I left, well, and as I left it last time, it was only this very moment that you realized that you were looking into the eyes of something other than this little owl. What were you going to say?
I'm concentrating on my own face, so it does not look like I'm wearing a mask. It does not seem like I'm wearing a mask. But as I'm making eye contact with him, I thought about what I initially said, and I realized I want to go with that. So this is what I wanted to say that night. I can understand why you'd want to use an illusion with the rest of the world, but laddie, I don't care what you look like. I'm just here to learn.
So as you're sort of grandstanding and talking with your hands and trying to be as charismatic as you can be in the situation, your passive perception is enough that you catch sight of something else that wasn't in this room. You see a pair of red cloven hooves standing on the floor beside you, and a sort of a plume of red black smoke that is sort of wafting up from where the hooves touch the ground. The thing you're looking at is almost completely transparent. You can only barely see it there at all, but you know immediately who it is.
Who?
You've seen signs the entire time from the moment that you picked up that coin. The fire, the smoke, the strength, the temper. Even when you fought against Casabella Carathops, the Lord of Nightmares, you looked back and found burnt footprints in the ground, but they weren't yours. They were cloven hooves. And that was the day that he actually spoke to you in full sentences, plainly.
Amir would say, well met. Just smile at him. And then after a few seconds of thought, do you know if this guy is friend or foe or indifferent?
Are you saying that openly? Oh, gotcha. Okay. This is not a friend and not to be trusted. And last I knew, ate the flesh of the living.
Good to know.
At that moment, the little owl gets to make an insight roll into what that meant that you just said. Okay, so that roll that you made, were you making it as a, let's call it persuasion, deception, or just straight charisma?
Made it.
Who?
You.
Said you won't know until you try.
What
That's
role?
right, that's-
What I said is that you had, you said you spoke to this thing and essentially called it out as an illusion. I said that the owl is now making an insight roll on you.
Oh, okay. I thought he was making an insight roll on me saying good to know. Okay, I was confused. Okay, so yeah, I would say that's probably a charisma or a diplomacy check.
There's no diplomacy anymore, but there's persuasion, deception, and intimidation. But I
Hey,
don't
am I-
necessarily consider what you'd said intimidating, unless you
No.
can try and phrase that to me in a way it would make sense.
Am I close
No,
enough to
no.
help him in this?
Like, even
You are
got the
not.
door and we're like,
You to size it out. Actually, here's something that I can use that's a measurement that you'll get. So the actual square footage between where William is and where you are, but not on the exact plane, sort of at an angle, you're up higher than he is from Danica Patrick's car to the restrooms,
Well, that's a bit of a distance,
isn't it?
but I'm glad I can see him.
Right. You can plainly see him through the doorway. It's just you were quite a ways away.
That's less than 120 feet though.
It is. Oh my good
Okay.
lord.
No. I think I clicked the wrong one because that's supposed to be a saving throw, right?
hold it.
Yeah, that's just a check, dude. But that's what I'm saying is that you're not trying to make a check or a save. I want you to make a skill check.
Skill check.
So you either have persuasion or deception. Are you trying to beguile this thing? Because I would call that persuasion. If you are trying to, there you are.
And to know,
Okay.
you can't lie for a living. I'm just saying.
I mean, you've said that.
It was a 10 and a 10.
Fun
I
story
don't
is fun story is you pass. Because he has a minus to his wisdom. So essentially, as long as you rolled a 10 plus, you'd be fine. Anyway, so
Oh, yeah.
this thing sort of, the owl, the little thing, you can still see both of them somehow at the same time. The owl sort of furrows its brow at you, confused. The giant undead Oni looks at you with dead white eyes and sort of,
Yeah.
but doesn't react otherwise.
Yeah.
And then you see the little owl sort of cock its head and go, is this a prank? Students are always trying to play pranks on me. I don't know who you think you are, but you're not allowed to do that to me.
See,
I would never try to play a prank on someone of such high standing, especially in a wizard's tower. That just seems foolish.
I think I should, you guys.
Besides,
You-
honesty has always served me better.
Okay, I was gonna say, you've already made a persuasion check, so you're doing fine, but that's deception now. Actually, no, I guess it isn't in Amir's case. Deception has really done poorly for him all the way around. He
At the
is,
same time, that's honestly how Amir would talk to him. This is a high level wizard inside the tower. There is no he has not threatened me. He has not attacked me. He has not said anything that would give me any
I'll let you
reasons
know.
to pause. And I don't just attack people because they look like a monster.
Wild
Right.
for it to, like,
Your coin said don't be in the same room, and that doesn't.
that's
The
not
The coin
enough.
said don't trust him.
He
I,
eats the flesh of pigs.
But
Um,
unless he
so-
tries,
wanna start getting.
So anyway, what he was in the middle of doing before we cut off last session is he was writing down those spells for you, and he hands them to you. They're written down as spell scrolls. So you could either use them as a scroll, or in the case of a wizard, you could use it to put it in your spell book. He's essentially given you his notes. Here, go take these so you can take the test.
All 3 spells?
All 3 spells. One scroll of each. And need I remind you that using a scroll is a single use item? Okay, just making sure I am clear.
I'm not going to. No. I have plans.
That's good.
I have-
I like you having plans. I'm just making sure that this isn't going to be a red mage scenario.
Paladins can't become. Okay, that's a lie. That's a.
And when I came back, like.
Listen.
I'm not gonna be a red mage.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
Oh, so I have another question.
That, and I'm like,
yes.
I'm curious with this library. Do you guys happen to have anything resembling a tome of leadership?
Yes. And having a.
The look on the little owl's face is confusion. Ryan, at this point, you definitely are now about half that distance has been breached. Like you are now close enough that if you said something, Amir would hear you.
Great. With that, I'm gonna shout out, "Hey Amir, we gotta hit the road, bud. We got places we gotta be."
Just if you could just answer my question, and then I will gladly. Absolutely. I'm just curious about one more thing. And with as much innocent, as much just earnest, just knowledge seeking as I can on my face, I stare at the Owlin and. Do you happen to have any of those books at this site? Or do you happen to know where I could possibly find one to study?
If you want something like that,
Yep.
I can tell you where to get it, but you won't be able to find it in this city.
That's fair. Where would I possibly find it?
We can't talk about that here. But if you meet me at my quarters after sundown, I can tell you everything you need to know.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Thank you very much for your help. Lord Dotto, I'm at your service. Let's go.
All right, let's head on out of here. Let's go get our compadres, and we got places we gotta go.
You hear the voice in your head, William, go, you know he's going to try and eat you.
You know I'm not going to his quarters after sundown, right?
I didn't ask.
I'm telling you. In my head. Literally, that was the first thought that popped. The coin has served me a whole lot more than some strange, weird dude inside of a room. As much as I appreciate the spells, I kind of like my flesh where it is.
Awesome. So Ryan, you've now retrieved your paladin.
Great. And then as we're getting back to the elevator, I'm gonna ask him, "Hey, do you know where our compadres went? Because he ought to know that one."
Yeah, because you split off first, so then William would have been there to see the rest of them leave with Faust.
So I explained that, and they were going to go to the divination floor.
All right. So
where?
let's see if we can't go find them.
So once you exit that room, you see that there is a placard that has been put up on the wall that goes and tells you level by level which floor of the college is for what school of magic.
I think it does work.
And it lists divination magic as being the 8th floor.
My friend who's getting married.
I'm listening. I'll be right back.
That's fine. At this point, though,
She said she's been.
I'm going to go ahead and bring the other 3 back in. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to our chat.
Hey,
It's
everybody.
our DM.
So I just got finished with their whole scene, and now they are trying to find the 3 of you. So I'm about to bring you all back into the same room.
Okie
I feel sad that I missed what they.
My kiddo made that. And Miles, you're back. And the recording's back.
X marks the spot, and that's where I buried it. But just keep those details about how to get there, but to yourself.
That's fair.
Go, go, go. Back to the main room. Go, go, go.
This is so cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yes, I think we should start using that feature when we need to.
Yeah,
I like it.
We haven't split the party that much, so it hasn't really been a thing.
yeah.
And usually, I mean, it really wasn't a matter so much of trying to keep one thing separate from another story-wise, more that because Heather had a lot of things to catch Brooke up on, it made sense for them to do that while we continued on.
Where's Kelly?
It took her a bit to transition last time.
Yeah, yeah, her internet's kind of funky.
There she is. Perfect.
It's okay. We'll see the theme song. Where's Kelly? Where's Kelly?
That's
And
beautiful.
that's it.
It's a lovely song.
Speaking
The
of lovely
actual song
songs, I
goes-
also caught Heather's first part performance while I was flipping through things.
Oh god.
It was awesome. I didn't
forgot
hear
about
it that
that.
night. I was there, but I didn't hear you singing because Miles had their headphones in while you were singing. And so I got to hear it tonight. I loved it.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through all of our old episodes and find good bookmarks and fun things to go back to.
That's awesome.
So we're
Also, it
headed
helps me
toward-
fill in my notes.
So we're headed toward the elevator. Are they already on the elevator?
In a hallway.
So now to round it out, the two of them know where all of you were when I left you, so I'm going to bring you up to speed where they are.
Okay.
They're now in the second floor of the tower in the enchantment wing where William was. Ryan has just brought William out of the room safely after some very quick rolling on William's part.
Without killing anything. Just saying.
And William pats his backpack with a big old smile on his face.
William rolled a 10. This thing rolled a 9. That's the only reason he got out of there.
Whether it's an inch or a mile, a win is a win.
Actually, I believe it's winning is winning. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was like 15 years ago I saw the movie, so
All right.
I can quote for a living too. I'm just saying.
Me too. And Goonies never say die. But
Awesome.
anyway, so they just came out of that enchantment room, and as they exited out, Dadu asks Emir where the lot of you went because he wasn't there. He left first. He wasn't there to see where you went. And Emir says they went to the divination wing. As they step outside of the room, there is now a placard on the wall outside of their door that says what each floor of the tower is. Now, before we go any further, for the three of you, what floor are you on? Do you remember?
The divination.
Okay, yeah, but did you go up any stairs?
Heather checks notes furiously.
I don't think you did. I thought you went down a hallway through an old door.
I thought they were in the basement.
They weren't in the basement.
No, I thought
To
they
have
went
more
up to a.
buenos.
So it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to lose it over it. I was trying to see it in case you knew, just for the fun of it. You didn't go up any stairs. You're on the main
Oh,
floor.
fantastic.
Now
back.
to back up over here, Dadu and Emir walk out of the room and they see this placard with the listing of all of the different floors and how each one relates to different schools of magic. And they say, oh, well, we're trying to find them. They're in the divination floor. And they look at the map and it shows divination is the 8th floor.
Question, Roy. Being I know this is the illusionist floor, and I have
This is the enchantment floor.
sorry, enchantment floor. I have something or other that gives me advantage against being charmed and magic can't put me to sleep. Can I roll an investigation check with advantage to see if this placard is telling us the truth?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Mm.
Well, that would have been the same either way. Okay, awesome. 16. Anyway, Yeah, you look it over, you scrutinize over it, and yeah, it seems to be legitimate. It is magical in nature, but it doesn't look to be like fabricated, I guess. I mean, it doesn't look like it's lying to you. I don't know how else to put it.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna look over at William and Emil and say, so according to that, they're on the 8th floor. Shall we go?
Absolutely.
What the? William, that mic of yours is doing great tonight.
Is it messing up?
Nope. I will leave it right there, and I want you to watch this recording.
So yeah, as the two of you sort of go, yeah, okay, so let's go. Emil goes, that's actually not the direction they went. They just stayed down on the ground floor. If you just, I mean, just over there. Like you can point off the side and you can see down on the ground floor that there's a shadowy corridor that leads off into the distance.
Oh, well, if you saw him go that way, we should probably go that way. William, or to me, you mean, are you down with going there? Or that way?
Let's go.
Awesome. So back to the three of you. So you're back in this shadowy corridor, staring into this obviously magical painting. What are you doing?
I would like, is it okay? Okay. I would like to just reach down and see if I can get the string off.
Off of your foot?
Off me foot, please.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a Constitution save.
Constitution. You ain't gonna be pretty.
At the top.
Okay. So you grab onto it from the bottom of your foot and sort of tug it, and it pulls off your foot just fine. But when it does, you have this sort of flash, almost like you ever touched a hot pan? That immediate moment of sudden, oh shit, I fucked up.
Oh yeah. Oh dear.
Before the pain even kicks in, it's the adrenaline hits and goes, okay, that was a bad decision. That flashes through your head. Brooke, Kelly, you see that Heather goes sort of white-faced and falls over.
Like, is she conscious?
As the two of you are watching, you see that her whole sort of everything begins to collapse into itself. And it begins to, it's almost like if you ever seen like a flower closing in on itself. It's like her entire physical form is starting to compress.
See, he is trying to kill us.
What do we do? Help, help.
Heather, from your perspective, everything goes white for a moment, almost like you got hit in the front of your head, just, and now you're standing inside that tavern.
Oh.
You touched it with your bare hand.
Can we see her in the painting now?
You don't see her in the painting.
I have no insight.
Flat on the ground.
Brooke can make the roll because Brooke was able to detect the stuff in the painting before.
Okay.
You can make it a perception check with disadvantage.
Out of game.
Right.
Heather, whatever you do, don't go down the elevator.
You got a 14. Yeah, you can see through the door that now Tonks is standing on the inside of the room. You did. I'm taking the first one. You can feel the wind blowing up against your back, and looking around, it's like you were just here yesterday. It looks exactly the same. You look back over your shoulder and you can see. No, I'm talking to Heather.
I'm in there.
Heather, oh,
Okay, on my screen, everything just froze.
Um,
I mean, nothing's frozen for me.
it might just be you, William.
Hey,
So anyway, Heather, as you look back over your shoulder, you can feel the wind, but behind you isn't the door. Behind you is a painting of the hallway you
Love you,
just
kiddo.
came down. And it looks like it has been made out of spider silk.
Yay.
It's weird looking back through there. You can see your friends, but they're not. It's not normal. It's almost like looking at paint moving on a canvas. It's unnatural, but you can tell it's them.
That's neat.
We can't see her in the painting.
I said you can. You made the
Oh.
roll.
I
Correct.
got
Nobody else can hear you but me.
it.
Thank you for clarifying.
Sorry,
Sorry, the
the
audio's
audio-
cutting out funky, so I'm not hearing everything.
yeah, it's not just me.
Yeah, I thought so. There was a couple of times there where there was some dialogue and I didn't hear what was before. So okay.
Well, if you've missed things, let me know. I can say something again.
I'm not sure. It's okay.
So yeah, Brooke, you've been able to make the roll to see that she's in the painting. Because you were able to make the roll before to detect there was something going on in the painting.
Okay, so I can see her in the painting, but also she's on the ground in front of me, all like curled up. If I want to touch her and be like, hey, are you okay? That's the first rule of CPR. Touch the person and shake them and say, are you okay?
I would do that.
You touch her and the like her whole body doesn't feel like it usually would. It feels almost like paper thin, and you can feel little things running around inside of that. It's reminiscent of an egg sac.
She has like spider eggs inside of her or something.
It's almost
Okay, I'm
like she's
reading
not her
all
own
of this
body
to
anymore.
Kelly.
That's cool. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn to Torch and I'm gonna
I know my
say,
audience.
don't touch the string.
And what we didn't tell you before of the magic person's children that we killed, they were spiders. The children were spiders. So this makes sense that it's the same
Heather told,
mystical
yeah, Heather
person.
told me
Yeah,
that
okay.
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
Heather told me that before you came in the room.
So
Oh, you were
at
still
about
loading.
at about this time, Dadu, Emir, you hit the ground floor, and you can now see down the dark corridor towards what looks to be an oddly illuminated painting. You can't see the painting itself, but you can see the light coming off of it and shining down the other side of what is like a right angle turn in a hallway. And actually, Dedu, because of your extensively awesome vision, you can see plain as day in there that the entirety of the ceiling and the upper walls, like it's like 20-foot walls in here. It's intense, but even though it's such a tight corridor, but the ceiling and the walls up above are all just completely covered in spider webs, just all interconnected in the most obscene of things. The spiders themselves are tinier than the head of a pin, and they glow
Hey
like
guys,
moonlight.
Can you ask them to turn it down?
Okay, well, I'm gonna pass that along to both Amir and Emil. To me, Amir and Emil.
And you can find me back in the chair. I will go sit by the door. Thank you.
Okay, we'll meet you back there. Let's remember our goal here is still to get to the night market. So we'll meet you back there in just a bit.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
really
you'll-
curious. I want to know what this is, so I start walking forward.
If you need me, I'll be in the lobby reading the scrolls on highlights.
Fair. Don't forget to look for the don't forget to do the puzzles.
You never forget to do puzzles. It's half the fun.
It's more than half the fun. We agree on this. All right. So let's
Aw,
head
you
down
guys
there.
bonded.
All right, before they get too
Sorry.
far down the corridor, I let them know, don't touch the string. Don't touch the string.
So they can't actually see or hear you yet because and
Damn
you
it.
can't see or hear them yet. You were down like here, hold on.
Fine. I'll stop. I'll just
I've-
wait.
I've been pressing my space bar in order to just sort of keep myself muted most of the time. I have to unmute it so I can use both my hands here so I can show you. It's like a right angle corridor. Like, so you're down one side, they're over here. You can't see them, they can't see you, but it is the same thing. You're in the same hallway. It's just you're around the corner from each other.
And I can see lots of things because I can see perfectly in pitch black.
Even in magical darkness, which is the wildest of things.
It's amazing. All right. So
So
let's head on down there and find our friends.
Oh, something fun, Heather. Not something I thought about before we got into this particular scenario, but I want to point out that you are one of the people in this party now that has one of the sending stones. And one of the other ones is outside of the painting right
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Oh.
now. I sincerely did not plan it this way. However, you do have a way to communicate with each other. There.
Thank you. I forgot about that. So I'm gonna. Is it? Whose turn is it?
Anybody?
There's not really a line of turning. Like there's no.
Okay, I
any
just didn't want to
initiative.
like be hoggy, like, whoa, it's my game. No. Anyway. So I am going to communicate through this stone. I have no idea how to use what I see of the door from my side or painting.
So,
really freaking cool.
Kelly Brooke, which one of you has the other sending stone?
flip a coin.
Right?
That's
Does
what
that
I'm saying is if
Yeah, we
if
never
neither one
really
of you
determined that.
if neither one of you decided it beforehand, rock paper scissors, flip a coin. So just decide who has it.
Rochambeau.
Yeah, go for it.
My just share an opinion. I think Torch should have it because I mean
She's the
the
leader.
leader should be able to give orders.
I'm fine with that. Are you fine with that?
She's fine with that. She keeps saying yep and doesn't unmute.
Yes,
Still unmute.
All right.
Still. Yep.
yes.
I love it.
Yeah. So Torch, Tonks, you both have a sending stone. So Tonks is speaking out and saying what she's seeing on the inside of this painting. And Torch, you're the only one who has the sending stone to receive it. That doesn't mean you're the only one that hears it. It actually speaks like the person is right next to you. So both of you can hear this plainly.
Question.
But
sorry.
somebody has to actually possess the stone.
Wouldn't the wizardy guy have be able to hear this conversation too?
Yep.
So what does Heather say?
Gallants, I am here in this room that we were in before, and it's weird. And I see this painting, and it's you guys, but you guys are made of string.
Well, your body's made of egg sacs.
This
Do
is
you
like the
feel
worst
that?
insults competition.
Yeah, well, your brother was a.
You're made of string. Yeah, well, you're full of egg sacs.
To be honest, I would hear her voice if I can hear her voice. And I would go to walk around the corner to see where the voice is coming from, see the sending stone. And look at the painting and ask, what kind of a painting does this? And then I'd reach out to touch it. That's what Amir would do.
I honestly, I kind of believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Make a Constitution save. You touch the painting and nothing happens. Although Tonks, from the inside, you feel the floor, the ceiling, and the walls move.
I'm going to communicate that out.
So
Whoa, guys, you're shaking me.
I pull my hand away. Oops. Boss, what happened?
String
Uh,
around her feet and got sucked in.
Let's
She
be
tried to
clear
take
here.
it
That's
off.
my bacon. Don't even think about it.
You heard him, Kelly. Don't even think about his bacon.
It's bacon.
You never mess with a paladin's bacon.
I'm seeing bacon on a plate.
So
Yep.
at this point, I think that somebody else needs to try touching the string. I don't know if it should be someone who's already attached to it or somebody who's not currently attached to the string.
So
Well, we already knows what happens when it's attached to you and try to remove it. You get sucked into painting. So maybe one of the guys touches it and we figure out.
Target.
RJ, it's
Come here, boy.
RJ.
I would like to play my liar again.
Okay.
Dog. There's a dog.
Target. Come here, boy.
When you play, oh, that's a cute boy.
Ah, puppies!
Oh, your
Look
brother.
at those
That-
eyes.
Your dog
From
looks
outside.
like it belongs in the Insane Clown Posse.
Okay, put him back inside. Well, go take him to the food and drink and make sure he gets that and then take him outside, okay?
Juggalo, whoop
And then
whoop.
clean up the kitchen so we can let him back in. Thank you.
Anyway, you strum your lyre,
Sorry
and
about that.
as you do, no, it's fine. As you do, you can actually see the sound waves sort of reverberating through the room as it's moving across the paint.
Can we see that on the outside of the paint?
You're not going to be able to see that far into the room from the outside of the painting. Because for you, the painting is 2-dimensional. For Heather, it's 3-dimensional.
So, being we just joined this group here, can we make checks to see if we can tell what the string thing is or what
Sure.
the painting is?
Sure.
Okay,
While
what-
you're at it, I'm gonna burst into the guitar solo of Master of Puppets, if you don't mind.
What is that check for that?
So if you're going, wait, so you're going to try and investigate the string?
Yeah, the string in the painting, really.
Okay, so for the string, you can make
Put him outside.
a religion check or a nature check. And for the
Target,
painting, you
outside.
can make an arcana check or a history check.
I'm gonna start with the painting, and I'm gonna do a history check.
Okay.
And you
What'd I roll?
some 15 for arcana.
Hey, maybe I've seen him before.
Look, I
Nice.
got a spot.
Come on, no, no,
Can
you're
I
gonna steal food
save
as soon as we turn
data
back.
from inside?
And then you said the other one was what? Nature or religion?
Just FYI, I've muted William so that he can do his thing.
Okay. I don't know that he knows that, but okay.
I know, but if he's still on here at all, he can hear.
That's true.
Anyway.
So he got a 15 to the Arcana, and I got a 9 to history.
Right. On the painting?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't get anything off of that. It is a very nice painting. It is probably made in the last 150 years. But you don't get much more than that. Emir? Oh. Emir.
What did you throw?
I just threw a bunch of chocolates at her.
Hey, I like those.
Can you throw some chocolates at me?
Right?
I bought a giant bag of them and I put them in my freezer for the past 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah. They're starting to thaw now, but they were really good when they first came out. Cool. So was I. Anyway, so Amir, you actually with an Arcana check at 15, you definitely have seen a thing like this before. So there is a magic item that is called Peregrine's Perfect Pigments. It's a set of magical paints that can be used to create lifelike art. And by lifelike, I mean it creates a pocket dimension inside of an art piece.
I'm in a pocket. Pocket.
Pocket dimension.
Yep.
So how do you open the entrance to a pocket dimension?
A hole in the pocket.
Dear Liza, dear Liza.
Are you doing an insight check on that?
To see if I would have an idea on how to open a hole. Yes.
Okay.
Can I aid him in said investigation check?
That's not really a thing that you would get with insight, though. So I know what you're going for there, but this is more insight into what it would be made of or how it works, which is not the same type of roll. In this case, it would be Arcana again. Even better, actually. So there are 2 ways to interact with this spell. The first one would be it can be dissolved with regular paint thinner. It's not impervious to that because it's made of paint.
Right.
That would definitely break the spell. But it would harm anyone
But
inside.
what about tonks? I don't mind breaking the painting as long as it doesn't break tonks.
Yeah, if you did it that way, it would definitely break Tonks and anyone else that's inside. Alternatively, because it is creating a pocket dimension, if you have a way to get interplanar, somebody that has the ability to use the teleport spell, the gate spell, things like that, you can travel back and forth inside there without a problem.
Torch, do you have dimension door or anything like that?
Okay.
I don't have anything like that.
What about Lord Dado? Heather, any kind of teleport spell?
That's
I do have Misty Step. Would that help at all?
Not in this case. It'd have to be a true teleport spell, like teleport gate, portal, one of those. But none of you at this level would have something like that unless you had picked up an item that did it.
So, did you say this loud enough for Heather to hear through the sending stone?
So here's the thing. Sending stones are particular. The reason why they work the way that they do is you're essentially using the message spell or the sending spell. The person that's holding the stone is the only one that can talk into the stone. However, the stone has an open speaker that speaks out.
Got it.
So that you can hear her plainly, but only Torch can speak into, and vice versa.
Okay. Okay.
Have they told us about the sending stones?
Oh, we may
Okay,
not
so we
have
got
talked
these
them up.
stones from this wizard guy.
All right, do we need another breakout
We
room?
can talk to each other. So cool.
I have a question. Can I look around this room and just see if there's, because you mentioned something, you said anyone that was in the room, so I kind of want to see if there's anyone else in here with me that's real.
Mhm.
Okay,
Then let's see. Make an investigation check.
investigation.
Miles, you'd mentioned
Not sure.
you'd mentioned that I could see all the intricate spider webs and things like that. When I'm this close to her weird looking body and everything,
Mhm.
would I put two and two together that it kind of looks like the spider webby stuff or anything like that?
Let me finish with what I was doing with Heather, and then I can comment. Okay.
Okay.
So what you got a 13 in investigation? So looking around the room, the whole place, the more you pay attention to it, it looks identical to the place that you were in Roost. However, everything looks a little bit off because it's all made of paint. All of it, except for one person. It's a looks like an elven rogue, very textbook, very brooding, dark, covered in black leathers, hunkered down over a mug of ale, sitting in the corner. Looks oddly untouched or unaffected by what's going on around you. Looks totally out of place.
I'd like to go engage them.
Okay. You walk up to the table. It's weird that you can hear and feel the impact of wood, but also see the wobbling of paint beneath your feet every time you take a step. As you approach the table, the elf doesn't even look up at you, just looks continually down inside of their mug.
Hello, friend.
No answer.
How'd you get in here?
No answer. You can tell that he's breathing. But doesn't even pay any mind to you. Doesn't look up at you. Refuses to look away from the glass.
Can I see it well?
What, the glass?
Mhm.
Mhm. You look at the same glass that he has in front of him, and from the exterior, it looks like it's just a regular glass of ale, bubbles off a yellow liquid. But looking down through the top of it the way that he is, you can see down what looks to be an elevator shaft.
Mm.
This is
That's strange.
oddly familiar.
Um,
Meanwhile, outside of the painting, has anyone figured out something they want to do?
Yeah, I wanted to see if there's anything else like her body in this
Ah.
corridor.
There is not anything else like her body here. However, if you can make me either a nature or a medicine roll, I will give you something. Wow, awesome.
that's awesome.
Okay, so Dr. Lord Dadu, you inspect the remains, and so here's the funniest of things, and by funny I mean weird. Um, you sort of hunker down close to her body and put a hand on it, and you, just like I described to Brooke earlier, like River, you could feel these little spiders crawling around inside of there. You can feel that too, Ryan. When you put your hand on it, you can feel them underneath the surface. But there's something else. As you sort of, I don't know, compress your hand a little bit, you can feel that what looks to be Tonk's body is really just all entirely made out of spider webs right now. It's not her body at all anymore. The webs are not surrounding her; they are her. And the webs themselves are creeping up the walls and along the floor in all directions here. Now that you're inside of this corridor, you can see it far more plainly. It's an unimaginable thing that they were able to come down here without getting tangled in the webs the first time.
And all these spiders are just that itty bitty tiny, like the head of a pin, right?
Correct.
Amazing. We haven't killed them by stepping on them by accident, just walking through the corridor.
Oh well, there's no spiders that are on the floor.
Well, that's good.
I
'Cause the
would like
Weaver-
to.
Weaver got mad at me last time.
Yes, Heather.
I would like to use the sending stone
Mhm.
and suggest that they open my mouth.
Okay.
So we can hear that. So I'm hovering right over right now. I'll just do it.
Open your
Sure.
mouth.
Two things real quick. Miles, using with my mask still on because I never took it off. Is there any writing or runes or any kind of inscription at all around the outside of the painting, the frame?
Ooh,
That's an excellent point. I had forgotten that you were still wearing the mask. Yes. There's actually way more than that, actually. So yes, around the frame, there is a very strong enchantment spell. But something that is more odd is that with the illusion lifted, you can see that behind the frame, or, well, where the painting would be, there is no painting. There's nothing there. It is a bare frame. There is, however, behind it on the door or on the wall, a large spider web with a colony of them all crawling back and forth across them that looks like that door. It is only about this big, which is the same size that it was on the painting.
Wow.
I say out loud so that the sending stone can hear me. Heather, do you see anything in that room that might be a switch, a button, a lever, or any kind of wording that stands out?
Only she can only hear from
Torch.
from Torch.
You have to hold the stone.
I hand
Oh.
you this stone.
And then you say the things.
Tonks, can you see a lever or a button or anything that stands out in the room, like words on the wall or runes or anything that would give it away that maybe this is not supposed to be here? Or maybe something in the room that just kind of stands out that says this has been added on later on?
I opened her mouth. Did anything happen?
You open up her mouth, and out come just tons and tons of tiny spiders
Oh shit. I'm sorry,
crawling
guys.
all over your body, up through your beard and across your hair and down your back. And even after you're pretty sure they're all, even after you're pretty sure they're all gone, you still feel
Now, be honest, Ryan. How would Lord Dotto actually react?
I want to see it.
It's a mix between wanting to cast prestidigitation to have fire and lightning cover my entire body at the moment here, and trying to channel the innermost calm so I don't piss off the Weaver again.
gross. I hate it. Ah.
Yeah, I'm cringing quite a bit and everything, but I'm trying to keep from destroying all of them so that I don't have to answer to her again.
What I love is that Tonks has no idea that this is going on. On her side, she's like, okay, so try opening my mouth, and all of this happens. And she's like, how did that go? Did that do anything? Okay.
I have an Eldritch Blast with your name on it, I'm just saying.
Oh god, I'm in so much trouble.
Okay. You have a lot of facts in front of you. What are you gonna do?
Hear them.
Anybody? I am dungeon master. I am not dungeon doer.
Dungeon
Let's
master.
do the thing.
Okay, dungeon master.
Is William
This is what I wanna
sharing
see
the
the
information
spiders.
again?
I freak the fuck out. That's what I do.
IRL.
River's like, nobody told me there were spiders.
I'm noping out.
I was down for all sorts of horrible things, but spiders, that's where I draw the damn line.
I'm gonna ask Ymir for the sending stone.
I gladly hand it over.
Yeah, so opening your mouth did nothing productive. Nothing at all.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go try what Ymir suggested now. I think.
Okay. And
Everybody
at that same-
okay out there?
No. River is not having a good day anymore. Emil wants to leave the tower, and let's just say I've felt better. However, being that we have these things, hey, Mr. Wizard, wake up and tell us how to get her out of there.
While he's doing that, Miles, I want to reach forward and I want to try to open that little door just to see what's on the other side of it or what happens when I do.
Okay,
Fair
make a
persuasion.
Constitution save.
Of course, the one thing that actually I have a high roll at.
I know.
Ooh. Kiddo, that's a
You-
19.
You feel the icy cold sting of venom as it gets pierced through your finger. However, with a 19 on your Constitution save, it is no worse than the sting of a fire ant.
I'm gonna go
Will-
check the door.
William is over here trying so hard to help, but can't because his saves are too good.
I'm gonna check the door from my side the way that
Okay.
he did from his.
Okay.
Would that be in? Do I need to do investigation on that or?
So the way that William did it is he has a magic item that lets him see through illusions.
Oh, that's right. William's cool. How about if I have an idea. I'm gonna feel it up with my mage hand.
Okay.
You're
cool.
cool
Alright, let's
too,
do it.
Heather.
Yes.
I said you're cool too.
Oh, you're my favorite. Okay, so I'm gonna just mage hand around this thing. Just
Say it
whip
again. Say it again. No. Say it right.
That's not how you said it the first time.
Oh, stop doing it.
If
All
you're
right,
gonna
so
fill it up, fill it up.
I'm too immature for this conversation, you guys. Okay.
Yes. Another episode of Dungeons and Dick Jokes.
I'm just gonna think about that.
Yeah, so you're gonna try and like feel along the opening with
I'm gonna
your
grope the painting.
right, got it.
Like I've been at sea
wait.
for a while, you know?
Okay, let me be as clear as I can be here. Are you trying to test the paint part of this, or are you trying to test the door that you know is clearly made out of spider webs?
Yeah, I want to just sort of feel around it, see if it's open on the back or anything, if there's anything behind it.
That's why I was trying to clarify. Are you checking the paint or the spider webs?
Miles, you're not trying to make this harder for her than it has to be, are you?
Not even kind of.
All of. Oh, good lord! All of it.
Okay.
I want to check it all.
In what order? There are two things. Which one are you doing first?
I want to check the paint, and then I want to check the spider webs.
Okay, that's
And
what I
then
was.
I just want to slide my hand behind it if I can.
Okay. All right. You sort of caress across the paint, barely digging your fingertips into it. It's almost like pushing your hands through wet sand. And as you do it, you can see the paint moves aside, and underneath it, there's just more webs, more and more and more.
Okay.
You feel behind where the door is. It feels cold and much more room than you would expect between here and the wall. An uncommon amount of space. A scary amount of space.
It is scary. Okay. And I don't see any levers or anything around this
You didn't
room.
check.
Shit.
You didn't say you were going to check.
Shit. All right. Can I check?
Yeah, absolutely. But so if you're declaring that you're going to check out the room now, where you had found that rogue up against that table, there was not a lever, but there was a dial on the wall. Now you could tell that it stood out as different because it, just like that person there, didn't look like it was made of paint. Decorative brass knotwork, big jeweled alignments, all the most unbelievable fine dwarven craftsmanship. beside it, no bigger than like a playing card, there is what looks to be some sort of graffiti written on the wall. Do you know Elvish?
Shouldn't I?
Maybe.
Oh,
I can look.
No. It says common and dwarvish.
Okay. Then you can make me an intelligence check.
Mhm. Oh, shit. There you are. Oof, I ain't that smart. Ooh, really not that smart.
Actually.
oh no.
Of course.
Okay. Then yeah, an 8 is not going to be enough that you're going to be able to really make out anything about what is being said there. I am going to give you the 2 words that are in it, though, that are in common. The first word is Ivor. And further on is the word liar.
Like the
Um,
instrument or a person who lies.
Liar.
You beat me to it.
As you get closer to that, you notice that stumbling, that this booth and this person in it entirely is an illusion. There wasn't a person there to begin with. But the reason why it didn't look like the paint is because it wasn't. And as it vanishes, you see the elevator that you took in the very first part of this adventure. And that's where I'm going to call game.
King of cliffhangers.
I would have gone further, but we're already 20 minutes over when we said that we were going to usually.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Moving so fast.
I'm perfectly fine continuing. I don't have shit to do tomorrow except take kids to school. But I do not want to force anyone to play this game.
I'm
People
game.
are looking forward to hanging out with me, so I gotta go. But
Yeah, for real. I appreciate you staying for as long as you did.
Thank you. Oh, I didn't know you had company tonight, but thank you for gaming with me.